patron, take them away.
This is a box. We're off to Button Moon and we follow Mr. Spoon. Button Moon. Hey. I'm going to Button Moon tomorrow. Well, I'm not actually. I'm going to London for a few days. And it should be a jolly. But I'm working on Monday.
Are you serious? And
Winky wants to go shopping. So that's going to end well, isn't it? She bankrupted me last weekend, and it looks like it's going to be a whopper this weekend. And now I'm going to have a coffee with Scruff and talk to you guys. Because I haven't done it for a while. And I haven't. And for those that are new here, I am the big fella with a coffee. Because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee.
It's coffee time! Coffee, 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 coffee! Cappuccino!
And he does today because he needs it. He's had a hell of a bloody week. And I've had a hell of a time, in fairness. And it's kind of one of the reasons why I haven't done Coffee with Scruff for a while. And Coffee with Scruff is literally just me, that camera, cup of coffee, and then kicking off some little bit of a royal rant. Now, I'm going to try and not have a royal rant today because I haven't had one for a while. I'm getting older and I need to calm me psyche down. But sometimes you just need to let off some steam.
No way!
And I'm going to do that today. Why? Because Popeye's a wanker. Whee! Nah, I shouldn't say that.
Cheeky fuckers.
What? Well, yeah, I will say that because they're kicking into me all the time. And case in point, I recently did sort of funded by Christmas 40k challenge, and I put some figures up here. And I was immediately lacerated in the forums. And you know what? I thought, I worked bloody hard to get that level, you know, and I wanted to show you step by step how to do it. And all you've done is kick me in the nuts. So do you know what? I'm not going to show you how to do it. Or at least I'm not going to show you how to do it publicly anyway. So what I decided to do was this. And this is kind of why I've been busy. So over in sort of our Discord, and there's Yanis doing really well, past another milestone. And I am so proud. And I'm so proud of all of the group, in fairness, because they're all coming on in leaps and bounds. Now, some are not as fast as others, which is fine, but there's certain elements that creeps in that I see on all, and that's kind of one of the bases of today. Some of them just want quick money, and they immediately think they're going to have the magic pill. You know, even just coming into this Discord group, and it's a good group, you know, we all talk amongst each other. We get involved with it all the time. Yanis is doing his blogs. Do check him out. Give him some support. But they'll talk on the mindset, etc. They'll see what they've seen. But then they'll get down into the charts. And they'll talk the charts. And it's a good community for that. Now, we stepped it further. Where we do morning calls now. Where the video conferencing. So you can talk and look each other in the eye. And if you're worried, we will discuss it at this point. And worry is the thing. It's not technical ability that's going to make you a trader. It's your mindset. There are no bad systems. There are just bad traders. So let's get back to what I was getting on. Why have I been busy? Why have I shut it out of public? Because I've been doing Wave the Scruff. Now this is 40 modules of how to trade fully. And as you can see, there's quite a bit. And it's everything from starting, how to set your charts up, where to find useful information, how to put your position size in, best times to trade, things people don't talk about, types of trade, you know, what you do before you go to market, what's your window of the world, what's your opportunities, how to pick the best trade of the day, how to narrow down into a single product, marking up levels, validate the levels, Trading arena, anchor charts, +1, -1. In other words, multi-time frame. Trigger charts, how to draw your golden eye zones in. Because believe it or not, golden eye is what will make or break you, because it maps out what's going on. How your Bollinger Bands work, how RSI works, basic tools that you need, how Fibonacci will come into the chart and show you exactly where key points are, how to set your targets, how to set your stops, how to manage a trade. We call it Scruffy madness, but it's just trade management. How to ladder trade, trigger points, trigger candles, how to stay in a trade longer, key entry, fib entry, the mindset, read conditions, when to stay out, fix stops, power of 3. And now we're putting in some strategies this week that's going to be all sorts. Swing trading. Next week it ends with the day trading and the full breakdown of how GoldenEye works and some final thoughts, taking it up to 40 modules. So what's this got to do with the price of bread, and why is it to do with kicking off, Scruff? It's to tell you trading ain't easy. It's not even close to being easy. You know, technically it is, but the hard part is you. And why is it you? It's because you have a desire and a belief that it's quick and it's easy. There's 40 modules and most of it is pre-trading homework. But the morons of this world don't believe that. They think it's click of a mouse. And there's a secret system out there that people like myself have the key. I don't. I'm just disciplined. That's it.
What?
You know, and I'll go back over onto this and I'll show you something. Now, they were talking about the ones that were kicking off. I did go into the 5%ers for Facebook group and I left it within an hour because I just can't be bothered with the noise that's in there. You know, any forum that is free is full of dickheads, and it's that simple. You know, and those dickheads make your life a misery.
These guys, they're fucking idiots.
So how do you combat that? Just cut it out. Let them get on with it. Let them be dickheads, you know, and I'll guarantee not only are they dickheads, they'll tell you how to trade, but they can't trade. They just pick fault because they are losers. Do not align yourself with losers, you know. Cut all of the negativity out. You know, I have a happy life. I have a great life.
Looking very chirpy, Bowles. You've been sitting on the washing machine again.
Because I can't be bothered with that sort of negative side. I'm too old. I'm too long in the tooth. I just want a peaceful time. When I come to my desk, I want to do my job. Get in, get out. There's no mystical things to what I do. And sometimes I get a bit worried when I'm talking to the guys in the squad. And certainly on the morning calls when we're talking to each other. I don't change what I do. And some of them are just constantly overanalyzing things. And they are looking for more and more and more information, thinking that the more they have, the better equipped they are for the market. It's actually going against them. The more they know, the worse trader they're going to be. But they were kicking in some of the Popeyes, saying you don't get paid and all of this. Well, I do get paid. I get paid quite regularly. You know, in fact, I don't show this much, but there's a deal. There's 5%ers paying me constantly, all the time. Money's coming in. Boom, 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 boom. Now, where does that lead? Well, that leads me to be recognized. Next year, this is one of the biggest events for Forex, Traders Day Live. It's down in London. It's why I'm going this weekend. I'm going to meet some of the guys and find out exactly what's going on here. So pay attention to that. The people that are speaking in this know what they are doing, and they have hit the benchmarks and they are recognized by the industry. Well, let's have a little look and see who these people are. Some of them you might know, like Mark and Charlie, down into Paul and Michael. And what do you know? Me. That's right. I'm going to be on that stage sharing some of my experiences. And why? Because I've been recognised by my peers. Now, these people came along and asked me, will I talk to them and sort of share this? And I was so proud because for once, instead of getting messages telling me to have a heart attack or what they're going to do to Joanne when they get in the dark alley because Popeye.
You are one pathetic loser.
Now, don't get me wrong. The messages I get like that are few and far between. I'd say few and far between. I get maybe one a week or certainly a couple a month. And the other messages I get are wonderful. But the thing with most things in life, you focus on the negativity. Now, me as a person, I'm quite brutal in the sense that if I see it's wrong, I'll tell you point blank, back off. That's simple. Why? Because I'm just brutish. I am that way. I'm straight down the line. There's no black and white with me. You know, or I'll rephrase that. Everything's black and white with me. There's no grey area. I'm either right or I'm wrong. And the guys in the group will tell you that. They'll tell you I'm brutal. Because if they're kicking off in one thing another and thing, I'll just tell them, this isn't for you. Until you change your mindset, this is not for you. You know, mindset is the key. And that's what this rant's all about. It's about, are you in the right frame of mind to trade? Now, sometimes I get really wound up, and I'm wound up by outside factors, not my trading factors. In fact, trading for me helps pull in my mindset. And Joanne, love of my life.
You have caused confusion and delay, and terrible trouble to my trousers.
I'll sit there, and she'll talk to me. And sometimes I don't hear a word she says. Maybe it's called marriage, I don't know. But the reason being is sometimes I need to cut out the outside noise. And I do that with the charts, believe it or not. I zone into the charts. The moment I switch my screens on, I'm ready, you know. And it's this morning, give you a case in point again. I am now preparing my chart. So I will look at this MT5. I will mark all of this up, which is then copied over into this MT5. And it's easy because if I mark one, I can just change these data folders, just so you can kind of see it to give you an idea. That one there, MQL5. If I copy that over into my other MT5, they are automatically exactly the same. Now, this helps me immensely. And once I've finished that, I will then come over into my wage account, which is this one. And I'll replicate it in here as well. So all of them are singing off the same hymn sheet. But what they are doing for me is giving me focus, because in the moment all I'm interested in is that. I don't even listen to what's going on. So Joanne will be I'm like, what? Give me a second, because I'm busy doing this. And she knows when I'm analysing to leave me be, because I won't listen. I'll be completely focused on what I'm doing. And I'm not interested in what anybody else says. I'm not interested in sort of news that's going on at the time. I am on the chart, and the chart is what is telling me what to do. And it's that simple. I become focused. And it's why I break down my baskets. There's pound. I want to know what's going on with the pound. So I'll look at all pounds and I'll get a good gauge of what's going on. This pulls my hit rates up and all of this. So why do I not listen to the news? Because that'll be the first question somebody says. Well, I should be listening to the news there, big boy. No. What I'm listening to is common sense. And the common sense is, if I know the news is coming, I know when to stay out. Focus. So I only need to focus on the chart at the right time. Now, I try to explain this some of the forums, and all my real kicked off. And that's what this is all about. And why did it kick off? Because they don't believe it. They don't believe that trading is a job. They think it's a game. And if it's not a game, they think it's gambling. And if it's gambling, they don't think it's possible.
I don't believe it.
That is why you fail.
So the natural assumption is you're an idiot. And if you're an idiot, I'm going to kick it into you because I'm a bully. Well, sadly, when you're coming at somebody like myself who does do this for a living, but is also quite brutish, you get back as good as you give, sort of thing. But as I've got older, I just can't be chewed with it anymore. So all I do now is I step away. And we come full circle into where the scruff came from. That'll never be sold, and it'll never be given public. You know, I did it solely for the guys in the squad. You know, and why? Because those guys deserve it. And they are there in it together, trying to build a community with a single focus. And I do sort of carry that forward when I say a single focus. Because what I mean by it is, don't get me wrong, once in a while there's a dickhead gets in and they don't last long, you know, because a pop eye will come in and they'll think that they're going to be sort of king ding-a-ling. But what they forget is I check everybody who comes in. And if you've sort of tried to have a pop in the past and you come in, I don't care who you are, how much you've paid or whatever, I'll just sling you out. So your effort deserves your reward. So if you're a knob, I ain't rewarding you. But the guys that are in there, they'll tell you, I'll walk broken glass for them. I genuinely will. I go above and beyond every single day for them. I arrange scruffy meets. That's what we're doing this weekend. All of them are welcome to come to the hotel where I'm staying. I'm staying here. And I'll have a good night with them. And we've done this many times. We're going to Manchester in December, and I'm trying to get them to fly over to Italy. See if we can. But we're already talking about meeting up in Bali as well. Why not? Because it's a global population. And the world is a small place now. And now we can travel. That's what that community is all about. It's about bringing the world from a large place to a small place into a single focus where we all move forward together. Now, is that not what trading should be? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, you're thinking about it, aren't you? Well, let me tell you the secret to trading. And then I'll wind this up. The secret to trading is very simple. Firstly, it's less is more. The less you do, the more you will get. It's that simple. And if you don't understand that, it's about the amount of trades you take. Most people think you're in and out the markets all the time. Certainly in the forums that I go into, they're trying to catch every wave and they're looking for both directions and they are just sort of living in la la land. Look, no. The market on a daily basis will give you maybe 2-3 opportunities at best. So out of those 2 or 3 opportunities, if you trade once or twice, but you trade well, you will have a high hit rate and a good wage at the end of the week. So that's the first thing you need to do. The next part of it is you need to be prepared for battle. And I do mean battle. Because as you saw in Wave the Scruff, I mean, that'll be finished completely next week. There are 40 segments to it. And most of them are pre-battle homework. Why is that? Because the prepared mind is the focused mind. So you need to prepare for going forward. And I call it battle because you'll never actually understand how to trade fully till the markets have hurt you. And that means taking a big loss, going through the pain threshold of this doesn't work, that doesn't work, till eventually you find something that does work. And once you find something that does work, don't tinker with it, don't change it, stick with it. Every so often it will wobble, but don't deviate. So again, it's about preparation. And thirdly, be realistic. It takes money to make money. If you've got no money or you've got a very small account, you are not generating hundreds of thousands. You've got £1,000 account and it does £10 to £20 a day. That is a fantastic return. Tell me a bank that will give you £20 every day off £1,000 balance. I don't know one. But if you had a bank that gave you £20 a day, £100 a week, you'd be astounded. You'd be ecstatic. So be realistic. If you've got £1,000, do £10 a day. That is a fabulous return. And that's it. That's trading. That's trading in a nutshell. And it's trading in its rawest, simplest form. Those three elements. And if you can't do that, give up. Go work at McDonald's. You get paid more. But in the meantime, I'm going to be having my coffee. Because we all know Scruffy likes it coffee. I've said it twice in this video, so he must do. But he loves Winky. And she's wandering around here somewhere, so no doubt she'll come and annoy me in a minute. And we're going to have a jolly time this weekend. And I love my life. And why? Because I love my job. My job pays for all of this, regardless of what anybody says. So, give it a bit of a thought. I know a lot of you won't have made it through to the end of this video, as you don't. And I know it'll get kicked into, as does every video I ever make. Every single one I make is immediately downvoted, and I'll get some sarky comments that, well, fair enough. If they're rude, they just get deleted. I'm not really interested in it. But if you do find value, give me a message. I'll talk to you. I always do. I respond to every email that comes in. And if you're stuck, come along to the community. We'll look after you. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love. And the money will follow. See you all in the next one.